I have been dreaming about a foot massage for weeks. Um, but that is the only way I can be a good mother, a good cat mom, if I am taking care of myself first. You have to put your oxygen mask on first for yourself and then help other people, right? Hello, and welcome to episode 30 of the Master the Media podcast. I'm your host, Amy Gorin, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Today's topic is 4 habits you need to break right now if you're wanting to be a successful media dietitian or media physician or media health professional. So I really have been thinking about this a lot lately. And one of the biggest habits I see is number one that we're going to talk about today. So you need to break this. You need to break the habit of not telling other people what you want. And I know that sounds so obvious, but how many times do you just feel bad for wanting what you want and you don't put it out there? Probably a lot. I was coaching somebody the other day and I asked her, "What are your income goals?" And she paused, she took a second, and she said, $500,000, $500,000 a year. And then a few minutes later, she told me, "I've never told anybody that." It was really hard for me to say that out loud. And guys, it's really difficult, almost impossible for really good things to happen if you don't manifest them even a little bit. I'm a really big manifester. My income goals are this year, my income goals are $2 million. In a few years, I want to make $10 million. And a few years after that, I want to make $50 million. So I am putting that out there into the universe so the universe can do its thing, but also so other people can hear your goals. So, like if you're wanting to do a TED talk, or if you want to write a book, or if you want to be a professor, somebody out there might be listening or might know someone who you know, and they can, if your friend Sally knows a book agent and the book agent is like, "Oh my gosh, we really need this author for this new book," you might get connected in that way. And so, but people need to know what your ambitions are. I also think, in the same vein, we can talk about when you're sharing your ambitions, but also sharing in general. I think sharing information is a really, really big key for continuing not only your success, but helping other people be successful. And by helping other people be successful, you're creating that energy, that surrounding, of people around you, and that's going to help lift you up. So what I mean by that is, in Master the Media, we have a rate guide of all these different deliverables. What does a testimonial pay? What does a blog post pay? What does a social media post pay for health professionals who work in the media? And all of that is something that, yes, I could be like, "I'm not going to tell anybody that because I don't want anyone to make what I'm making." But by doing that, I'm not lifting up other people in my field. I'm not lifting up the profession of health professionals in the media. And by sharing, I am doing all of those things. So if I tell you, well, if you are wanting to do a testimonial on a brand's blog, that's $5,000 just for the testimonial. And then if you're thinking about, the brand wants to keep that on their website for a year. Well, that's, you have a couple of months of what's called name and likeness, use of your image and name and testimonial built into that. So that would be about another $10,000 a year if they want it for the whole year, because they're kind of licensing out your name and likeness. So I just helped somebody make $15,000. And I feel pretty good about that. And they feel pretty good about that. And that's only going, and they're going to go and spread that information. And so we're really just helping everybody when we share information and we don't hold it back. Number two is not putting yourself first, not making time for yourself. These things are very important. They're not only important, they are essential for both your sanity and also your success. So I'll tell you some things about my personal life right now. My husband is on vacation. He goes on this cruise every year. It's 70,000 tons of metal, like literally thinks about it, dreams about it all year. He comes back and it's like his biggest reset. He needs that time away. This is my second time alone with Annabelle, she's almost 7 months now since she's been born. So right last year, Lawrence went on a trip with his friends. So we like to travel together, but we take some solo vacations because it just makes it so that we can travel more, right? So not only am I alone with her right now, I'm also in a launch. Literally the week that my husband left town, I was hosting a master class for 500 people, hosting a Q&A for 100 people, literally launching. And I had created all of these automations myself on the back end this time. I was doing all of the back end myself. And I was like, okay, this is a lot. And then of course, it when it rains, it pours. So in that week-long period, or actually my husband's only been away for a few days. It feels like it's been a week. I ended up calling an ambulance for my daughter because she was having an allergic reaction. And I was like, I don't know if it's anaphylactic. Thankfully, it wasn't, but she had eaten shellfish for the third time and she was totally fine the first two times. And I was like, you know what? We live half an hour away from the hospital. I'm just going to call an ambulance and have them come. So we went to the emergency room, spent the night in the emergency, not the whole night, a few hours in the emergency room. Also, this week, my cat has gotten sick, required a vet visit, a hospital visit to get an ultrasound. My other cat got sick. My nanny's car got stuck in my driveway in the snow. So, like, it's been chaos around here. And I think there's probably even more things that happened that I'm not thinking of. My point is, within that chaos, I am still, albeit not as much time as I want, I am still taking time for myself. I've gotten very little work done today, but I did go to acupuncture and I took a little cat nap while the needles were in. I feel a little bit better. And I am getting a massage tonight. And I have a babysitter coming one day this weekend so that I can just have some alone time to myself. I have been dreaming about a foot massage for weeks, but that is the only way I can be a good mother, a good cat mom, if I am taking care of myself first. You have to put your oxygen mask on first for yourself and then help other people, right? And I'll tell you, like, this launch has been going very well. We've had so many awesome people enroll in Master the Media to join us to start earning $50,000 in brand partnerships. So it is possible to succeed amidst chaos when you put yourself first. Okay, number 3 is not setting boundaries. You are important. You have to put yourself first. And part of that is pushing back when other people don't do what they should or they can't read your mind, right? So I'll give you a personal example that's a little, but I went to pick my cat up from the animal hospital yesterday and he had gotten an ultrasound and they had, run some blood work on him and they bring him back in his little carrier. I take him out and I was like, oh, he smells. And I'll spare you the details, but they had not washed him off at all. So I was like, hey guys, he needs a quick rinse, a quick bath. And can you change the lining in his carrier? So they took him, brought him back, and I was like, okay, I was like, first of all, I don't want him to endure a 30-minute car ride feeling gross, to get home. On a professional level, I mean, there's so many ways that you can do this. This week I had so much going on. And so I asked for help. The other coaches in Master the Media, I was like, hey, can you guys pitch in a little bit more? Because I need to take a little bit more time with my family, my daughter, my cats this week to just take care of everyone. But having people and asking for help is so important. There's really no other way to function in this world without asking for help. And also setting boundaries. So I always tell my assistant, when we have a busy week in Master the Media, like we're in a launch, we are hosting a masterclass. No one can have a meeting with me unless it's actually urgent. So, right now, I'm literally not scheduling any meetings until a month from now. And that is, me taking care of my boundaries, my like sanity so that I can get the important things done and I can prioritize those and I can keep my own nervous system regulated so I can perform at an exceptional level. And this is what you're going to want to do when you have a big week, with media, with brands coming up. So say you're doing a satellite media tour, which is where you do like 10 broadcast segments in a whole day, and a brand pays you like a minimum of $12,000, sometimes even $20,000 for one day's worth of work. Or even if you're giving a presentation, on behalf of a brand, or you're speaking at a conference, you want to make sure that you are in the right headspace, that you're well rested. So my protocol for things like that when I'm about to give a presentation or do a big event is, a lot of times I'm traveling. So I'll stay in my hotel room, I'll get takeout or room service, kind of just relax. I usually bring a face mask with me and those little foot masks, and kind of just like have a spa night in the hotel room, get some nice sleep. If my friends text me and it's more than like just saying hi, I'm like, I just wait a day to respond to them sometimes, because I need to get in the proper headspace. And that's okay. It's not like I'm being a bad person by taking a night away from my family or taking a minute to respond to my friends. I'm putting myself first, so I can function at the highest that I possibly can, so that I can be there for other people when they need me. And number 4 is, and some of you might disagree with me on this, but I'm going to just say it. Number 4 is, I want you to stop thinking that every minute of your life has to be productive. This is actually something I'm not going to say my husband and I disagree on, but I require a lot of recharge time. And one of the ways I recharge is by watching TV. And it's not always even good TV. I love Hallmark movies. Right now, I'm watching this show called The Lion Game on Netflix. It's not like the best produced show, but it's really just, it fills my cup of needing something just to decompress. And so sometimes, if I do there's a lot that happens in a day, between coaching my master of media students, doing media interviews, writing marketing copy, approving social media copy, 500 other things. And I need to reset my brain at night to be able to do that the next day and the next day and the next day. And so I'm guessing you do too. And we all can reset our brains in different ways. Maybe yours is just taking a walk, or, even when I shower, I'm like, okay, the water pouring over me, it's very refreshing. It's very resetting. But I think just reminding ourselves that if you're feeling frazzled, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like you can't function at your best level, which is what really helps you succeed in this media world, in this brand partnership world, just, it's okay. Give yourself permission to take those few minutes to reset. Okay, so I want you to tell me in the comments what other habits you think people need to break immediately. And while you're doing that, I want to let you know that we have, I mentioned the masterclass that I just ran, and that masterclass was on how to land $50,000 in brand partnerships in the next 6 months, and how to keep that going and going and going, so that by the year 2030, you will have earned $500,000, which is the goal of that person that I shared her story at the beginning of this podcast. So if you want to grab that limited time replay, you can go to masterthemedia.co/masterclass, and that will get you to the replay.